Visit astlessons.com for lyrics and chords, sheet music, tablatures, useful links, and much more.
Hi, so I'm Robert from AST Lessons, and for this one I'm gonna show High with James Blunt. Now this tutorial is for the main guitar, which is the one that James is playing. And as always, I'll show you everything part by part, with lots of details and variations. But then lastly, I will also give you tips on how you can make it your own. So that was an example of verse 1 can sound. Now first off, let's look at the chords with the fingerings I use. And firstly is a G. And then a B11. And after that, E minor. Followed by A7. And then lastly, we also have an A minor 7. To A7, sus4. When it comes to strumming, you mostly use number 1, and a few times it plays differently. It's just minor variations. So I've added 3 of these, number 2 to 4. And when switching, you can either use the last or 2 last drums to change chord. That is, like this. Or this. Number 1. Slowly. Number 2. Slowly. Number 3. LC plus paper, I've written the number of rounds per chord, and no number means one round. Then if you like details, he plays like a short pre-chorus on the second round of A7 sus4, which are marked like this. In verse 1, it's just 8 down strums, sync with the drums. Then at the same place, in verse 2, he instead plays a chorus pattern, which I'll show you in part 7. Okay, so first off we have 3 new chords, starting with the variation of C. And after that, a regular C with that little finger. And then lastly, a D. So you always start the line with the variation of C and end it with the regular. On the LC plus paper, I mark the variation with an underline to help you remember. Now for structure, you repeat these 4 chords twice on the first 2 courses. And then for course 3, you instead play 4 rounds and end on G. Then for strumming, there isn't really any main pattern. So I'll show you 4 that's used the most, and then you can decide which sounds best. And all the chords is played for 1 round, with the exception of G, where you play 6 rounds and then with the down strum. Number 1. Slowly. Number 2. So after E minor, using this fingering, we also have an E minor, flat 6, adding ring finger, 3rd fret. And after that, E minor 6, adding little finger, fret 4. And the way I do it is to first add and then release, like this. And then for strumming, it plays the same as the verses, with 1 round per chord. So the first thing you can do to make it sound closer to the original is to vary the length of the strums. For example, on the first down strum of each round, you mostly play a short strum of about 2-3 strings. And another thing is to tune all the strings a bit sharp. Though to be honest, I don't have a high enough level of absolute pitch to tell exactly how much it tunes it up. But to me, it almost sounds like a quarter step, which is half the way to the next note.